Since jumping back into the Elder Scrolls Online, I've had a blast getting to play around with add-ons again. I've got a fair amount that I'm using all the time, and today I wanted to share a few of my favorites with you. It's worth noting that add-ons are available only for PC Elder Scrolls Online players, and I am personally using Minion to install them. If you have any trouble using Minion or just installing add-ons overall, check out my tutorial for that I'll leave a link for in the description of this video. First up, we're starting with the Wicked Framework Suite. It's an add-on that I've been using for years, and I honestly can't function without it. You can customize this bar to show you all the information you need at a quick glance. Character level, how much gold you have, how long research has for different traits, how long the horse trainer has, alliance points, and so much more. It's customizable per character and can be moved around to be placed wherever is best for you. One important thing to note that with this add-on, it hasn't been updated in a long while. It still works just fine for me, but I'd suggest pairing it with a bug catcher if you're not using one already to make sure you don't run into errors while loading it up. And I'm personally using the add-on called Bug Catcher as well, my bug catcher add-on. Votans Minimap is another essential add-on for me, and I've been using it since I was playing ESO way back when. I get lost super easily, and this helps me function a little bit better and get from point A to point B without having to do too much backtracking too often. It will also show other markers on said minimap, so if you have something like the Harvest Point add-on, the Lore Book add-on, or anything like that, it'll actually show them to you on this minimap. This minimap can be customized with both its look and its location on your screen, and you can lock it into place so it doesn't move on you. Speaking of lore books, let's talk about the Lore Book add-on. There are so many of them, and between wanting to take in the sights, fighting mobs, and trying to find sky shards, I tend to miss them when I'm out in the world. This add-on makes it so I don't, which makes leveling up the Mages Guild all the easier. So if you're trying to collect them all or just level up the Mages Guild, I'd highly suggest adding this in. Synced account settings is, in my opinion, a mandatory add-on if you're an altaholic and have a lot of different characters. You can sync one character settings to this add-on and even customize what gets synced to all of your other characters, and then every time you load in to a character, it'll make sure all of those characters are synced to those settings. Meaning you don't have to worry about loot settings, volume levels, graphic settings, and just so much more. It's super handy to have, but just remember to sync it again if you make any substantial changes in the future so it reflects on all of your characters. On that same vein, Votans Keybinder is another essential for me personally. If you're anything like me, you probably use these same key bindings for every single character, and well, if I'm being honest, I also try to use them for every single game I play, but that's like a totally different story. Which makes this add-on essential for me, as I don't have to spend half my life trying to get all the key bindings to be the same between all of my characters. I can just set them on one character and let it sync to the rest. If I understand this add-on correctly, it'll sync across all of your characters based off of the first character you log into whenever you log into the game for the first time that session. You can also pick what key bindings do and don't sync between characters if needed. Do you enjoy the rewards of daily writs but dislike how long they can take at times? Same. Luckily for us, lazy Rik Crafter exists. All you have to do is walk up to the writ board, let it snag all of your writs for you, then walk over to the crafting station and let it craft it all for you. Note that if it's not auto-crafting for you, then you just need to turn it on in the add-on settings. Then once you turn it in, you can set it to unpack all the satchels, boxes, etc. that you get for rewards too. Honestly, with this add-on, it makes it so there isn't really an excuse to not do your writs and make yourself some gold along the way. The only downside to this add-on is that it doesn't include alchemy or provisioning, which is why I was ever so grateful to find daily alcheming and daily provision add-ons, as they literally do the exact same thing as the lazy Rik Crafter, just for alchemy and provisioning. Dynamic CP is literally one of those "how did I ever live without you" add-ons. It adds labels to all of the skills in the champion point tree, so you don't have to spend forever hovering over each one when you're trying to find that one skill you accidentally skipped over 12 times in your search of it. This is especially useful if you're using a pre-made build and you want to quickly and easily find the suggested perks for it. Highly recommend this add-on. Perfect Pixel does exactly what it tells you it's going to do. It makes your pixels perfect. Okay, no, but really what it does is make your menus, such as your inventory, journal, etc., have an elongated screen so it takes up all the space available, which means less scrolling, which means it's quicker and easier to find what you're looking for. Unless you've got a million things in your inventory, in which case you're still going to scroll, but you'll scroll a lot less. I also just enjoy how this looks overall and that it makes my menus almost feel a bit more slimmed down. I'd also highly suggest pairing this with an add-on called DarkUI if you like dark mode, as it just turns all of your icons in your main bar and on baddies, etc. into a darker color for that full dark mode experience. Even if you decide to not use Perfect Pixel, you might want to consider using my other favorite inventory/UI add-on. It's called Auto Category. It organizes everything in your inventory into, well, useful categories like low level, furnishing, consumables, etc. You can even set your own rules to make your own categories or just use the predefined ones, which is what I'm personally doing. It's now so much easier to go through my inventory and I can clearly see what I do and don't have that I honestly can't imagine trying to sort my inventory without it. Improved Companion Rapport is such a quality of life add-on. It allows me to see either in the chat window when I up my rapport with a companion or even just on the main companion screen, I can see how much rapport I have with them. If you're trying to level up your companion and kind of keep an eye on all of that, / when they have quests coming up, this is going to be a must-have.
Craft Store is the newest add-on in the mix.
Literally, I just recently added it in and ended up being able to remove a few other add-ons, and I officially have zero idea how I survived without it. To start, this add-on will track literally anything and everything as far as crafting goes, furniture and equipment. Want to know what traits you have or what in your inventory is researched by a specific character of yours, or want to know what crafting BPs you know? It's all included in this add-on. The best part is you can check off in your list of characters what you do and don't want to know for each of them. So for instance, my main, I have everything checked off, but I only want to know traits and recipes on a few other characters. So I have that specifically checked off for them, and then a few others I don't want to do any crafting on really, so I don't have anything checked off. Basically, it gives you all the crafting information you need when you need it, and it doesn't waste your time. So if you're into crafting, doing daily writs, or you want to be able to build all the furniture, etc., this is totally going to be a game changer. And last, but certainly not least, is the Tamriel Trade Center add-on. Honestly, even if you don't sell your stuff in a trade guild, it's worth to have so you know if you're getting a good deal when buying an item. It'll tell you an item's min and max price and the average price and what TCC suggests that it sells for, so you know if you're going to get a good deal or what to sell it for if you're selling stuff in a trade guild. This add-on has a bit of a different installation process, so it is worth reading through the instructions really carefully so you can get it all working correctly on the first try. And there you have it. This is by no means all the add-ons I'm using, but these are just a few of my current favorites. Hopefully you found a new add-on or two to add into your game. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next vid. Bye!